Welcome back, guys. We are going to be doing another movie review today, and today we have a movie that I wish that I'm just going to say this now that I did not watch. We are going to be talking about Fog City. A new, well, not new. I mean, it came out a couple years ago. A horror thriller movie centered around several friends in a small town where you have the main character, Georgia, who's played by Victoria Confeld. Now, again, I think I've seen her in other things. We know I know she's a good actress, but I'm just gonna get this off the bat. I hope they paid this woman a damn good amount of money to do this because not only was this movie disappointing, and I'm gonna get into other things as well, because the entirety of the movie is Georgia wanting to have some fun. Her friend is like, hey, let's go over here, to my uncle's house. Let's party. They get a bunch of friends. And next thing you know, they start seeing this orange fog type deal. And everyone starts freaking out. Georgia automatically assumes it is her family's plant. Like, she doesn't know what they do. It could be anything from toxic to something kind of biological weapon. It could be anything. And they all freak out and they go to try to get out. They can't get out. And then they start freaking out more. And they start, sealing up the place, all this other kind of stuff. And they all just kind of start arguing. And you have a lot of scenes in here that is just very unnecessary because, again, you have your normal, sexual scenes with, characters. And you have this stupid argument of her boyfriend, George's boyfriend, arguing with her just so he can get laid. And the friend is like, oh, well, I'll do it. Well, kind of funny because Skippy can't get it up, it seems like, from everything that was said in not only but one woman, but two women. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, are we really having this conversation? Like, y'all are in a very bad situation and that's what's on your mind. Like, again, I understand you're a teenager, you're this and that, but dude, it's like, are you that stupid? It's like, for real, like, are y'all that stupid? And the entirety of the movie, we don't even know what's going on because you have one guy, he's automatically assuming the role of leader, and he kills one of his friends because they were out there too long. They think they're contaminated. And when Georgia finally loses her mind because, again, you don't care about these characters. You can't really care about these characters. She takes out her so-called best friend because of her getting with her boyfriend literally underneath the same roof. And she takes her out. They confine her down in the basement. She gets out. She's waiting to see, biding her time so she can figure out a plan. And these other idiots are just up there, going, oh my God, what are we going to do? And you have where one guy literally just shoots his friend, stabs the other girl through the door with a poker that you would use for the fireplace. She somehow gets out, still survives, and she just ends up dying. Then he shoots the other guy, like I said, about two, three times. I think he gets hit, and he dies from a gunshot wound. And then the other three, they are still trying to fight off this gas, and we find out that the cops show up. So then there's a shootout and one gets shot. This guy kills one or two cops, and he's claiming, oh, everybody's going insane, and I'm the only one that's sane. It's like, okay, dumbass, you're the one holding the gun. You're shooting people, you're shooting cops, you're doing all these things, and you're more worried about who you put in the basement, but yet you just did this. So it's like, who's really sane here? You know what I mean? And so they go upstairs, and another cop shows up. Georgia takes him out, and then the boyfriend, the dummy boyfriend, goes down there. Oh, hey, I'm sorry, all this, and she literally just annihilates her boyfriend, which is hilarious, right? And then she goes up there, kills the other dude and the other girl, and she finally is about ready to leave, and it turns out all this stuff was a practical joke. Just turns out all this was a practical joke by these two guys that they worked with because they wanted to get revenge on her just to play a joke. And it turns out that it was just paranoia. It was just paranoia. It was just being over paranoid and all this other kind of stuff, and everybody's true colors showed. And then by the very end of it, she takes out these two guys, and it's like, you want a Fox City? I'll give you a damn Fox City, and that's how it ends. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, again, I hope they paid this girl a decent amount of money, because not only was the writing terrible, the acting was terrible, the the story was terrible, the camera angles were terrible. It was like, dude, and again, I felt bad for her. I felt bad for Victoria Caldwell. I did. I felt so bad for her, because I'm like, you have to do this script that was written so poorly, and you survived. And this movie really reminded me of that movie Tamara, is what it reminded me of, and a mix between that and Carrie. And I was like, okay, I can kind of get behind that. And I'm rooting for the character of Georgia during the entire of this movie. I'm just like, yeah, 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 kill the bitch, because I didn't care. I found these characters not only just annoying, but they just like, why are y'all even here? You know what I mean? Like, it's those characters that you just hate. Like, I would say, like in a Freddy Krueger movie or Jason or Halloween or whatever, where it's like, dude, I don't care about these characters. Just kill them off already. But I will definitely say I do not recommend this film. I highly do not recommend this film. This was a I would say this, dude. Like, I don't know who came up with this idea for this film. It would have been more entertaining if the gas was actually real and poisonous, or, made them rabid, or made them, psychologically insane, or something to where it made them a zombie or some type of monster or something. It would have been a lot 10 times better. And also, some of the other actors in here, y'all cannot act to save your own ass. You cannot act if your life was on the line. I'm gonna say that right now. Victoria carried this movie. I will give her credit for that. But again, she was really the only thing I think that held the movie together to a certain degree. And even then, she held the movie on by her shoulders and still cannot save this film. And so, again, I hope you got a payday. And I hope that this movie never gets a sequel. I hope this movie does not see the light of day again. It's one of those where you like either certain actors or actresses, and they just get a bad movie, and you want to support them, but it's like, dude, what the hell were you thinking? Or, like, did you even understand the script? Were you told the script? Were you thinking it's something else? And then you saw the final product in the back of your mind. You're probably thinking, what did I do? Like, how can I support this? And it happens. So, what do you guys think about this film? Have you ever heard about the film? Let me know about it down in the comments. And I'll see you as always on the next one.